when a child's dream becomes a frightening reality and makes him afraid to sleep because his own dreams could bring death. The film begins by showing a married couple named Mark and Jesse who come to an orphanage to adopt a child. The adoption process is supervised by an orphanage worker named Natalie. The main reason Mark and Jesse want to adopt a child is to heal from the emotional pain they still carry. In the past, they had a son named Shawn, but due to Mark and Jesse's negligence, Shawn drowned in the bathtub and passed away. The sudden death of Shawn, their beloved son, left a deep wound in both of them, even affecting their mental health. Because of this, Mark and Jesse often attend group therapy sessions led by a psychiatrist. The sessions are also attended by other parents who have lost their children. After joining several times, little by little, they begin to accept Shawn's death.
Child into our home tomorrow. I still can't sleep at night very well. Mark and I have had different experiences.
Once their mental condition stabilizes, they decide to start a new chapter in their lives by adopting a child. Natalie then suggests several children who could be suitable for adoption, but the one she recommends the most is an 8-year-old boy named Cody Morgan. Natalie explains that when Cody was 3 years old, he lost his only family, his mother, who died from cancer. Having no relatives, Cody was sent to the orphanage. Not long after, he was adopted by a married couple, but for some reason, they returned him to the orphanage. It didn't happen just once. Cody has been adopted twice by different families, but each time he was sent back for reasons unknown. Currently, Cody lives alone in an apartment, and Natalie feels very sorry for him because he still hasn't found a family that truly accepts him. According to Natalie, Cody is a sweet, smart, polite, and obedient boy. Everything anyone could want in a child. Cody is special and would be a perfect match for Jesse and Mark. However, Cody has one issue. He has trouble sleeping. After learning all this about Cody, Jesse and Mark become interested in adopting him. They also feel deep sympathy for Cody, who has never experienced parental love since he was little. They promise to do their best to give him comfort and affection. After signing the adoption agreement, Natalie immediately arranges to bring Cody to Mark and Jesse's home.
I've had a case come back across my desk. Been through. He hasn't let it turn him into a victim. Are you ready for this?
Jesse and Mark start cleaning the house to welcome Cody's arrival, preparing the room where he will stay. They also take down most of Shawn's photos hanging on the walls to respect Cody's feelings and as a sign that they're ready to care for their new child. However, Jesse, who hasn't fully accepted Shawn's death, asks Mark to keep one family photo as a keepsake. Mark also installs an extra safety rail around the bathtub as a precaution so that the tragic incident that happened to Shawn will never happen again.
Whatever it was like for her.
That night, Jesse and Mark go to bed early, knowing they'll meet Cody tomorrow. Although her mental state has improved, Jessie still struggles with insomnia. She goes to the bathroom, but every time she looks at the bathtub, she can't help but remember Shawn's death. The next morning, Natalie takes Cody to Jesse and Mark's house. Jesse and Mark are immediately impressed by how mature and polite Cody is for his age. They give him a tour of his new home, and while walking around, Cody's eyes catch a family photo of Jesse, Mark, and Shawn.
Got a sensor on it, so there's no controller.
However, Cody feels too shy to ask about Shawn. Afterward, they show Cody to his new bedroom. When Jesse and Mark tell him that he can decorate it however he likes, Cody looks very happy.
It doesn't look like much.
Cody collects butterflies.
We want you to decorate it the way you like it.
That night, Cody gets ready for bed. Once Jesse and Mark leave his room, Cody doesn't go to sleep yet. Instead, he takes out a small box he brought with him. Inside, there's a can of coffee, which he immediately drinks. Cody then spends the night reading a book about butterflies, his favorite creatures. The next morning, Mark takes Cody to his new school. Cody is thrilled to finally meet and play with kids his age.
So let's all say, first word is...
After school, he goes straight to take a bath. While Cody is bathing, Jesse looks very anxious and checks on him several times. Mark tells her not to worry too much, assuring her that Cody will be fine. While waiting for him to finish, Jesse tidies up Cody's room and finds a can of coffee inside his box. She suddenly remembers what Natalie said about Cody's sleeping problem and realizes that his insomnia is caused by him deliberately drinking coffee at night. Before bed, Jesse gently asks Cody why he drinks coffee before sleeping. Cody explains that he doesn't like to fall asleep because whenever he dreams, his dreams always come true, whether they're good dreams or nightmares. When he has nightmares, he always sees a creature called the Canker Man, a terrifying being that appears in his bad dreams and devours people. Cody even claims that his mother died because she was eaten by the Canker Man. Jesse tries to comfort him, explaining that nightmares can't harm people in real life. She encourages Cody to get some rest, reminding him that he's still young and needs enough sleep. Because it's Jesse's request, Cody tries to go to sleep.
I don't like to sleep.
I know.
He ate my mom,
What?
the Canker Man.
You're in a new home now. I'm sure he can't find you.
Later that night, Jesse and Mark spend some time watching a movie together. Suddenly, they're startled when a swarm of butterflies appears and flutters around the room. The event feels strange and unexplainable. They've never seen anything like it before. Amazed yet confused, Mark, knowing Cody loves butterflies, tries to catch one. Among them, a moth lands on Jesse's hand and bites her. Curious, Jesse looks around the house to figure out where the butterflies came from and notices the front door is open. As soon as she closes it, all the butterflies vanish, and the one Mark caught disappears too. Perplexed, they decide to ignore it for the night and go to bed since it's getting late. As usual, Jessie struggles to sleep. She goes to the kitchen for a glass of water and suddenly sees the ghostly figure of Shawn running around the kitchen. At first, Jessie assumes it's Cody, but when she checks his room, Cody is fast asleep. Jessie begins to believe that the figure she saw was Shawn's spirit. The next day, she tells her psychiatrist Peter about the incident. Jessie confides that she feels Shawn's spirit is still haunting their home, and that after Cody's arrival, Shawn's ghost seems angry, perhaps jealous that Jessie and Mark adopted a new child. However, Peter believes it's only Jessie's hallucination, caused by lingering anxiety and unresolved trauma from Shawn's death. He assures her that the house isn't haunted, and that the Shawn she saw was only a projection of her mind.
I think it was Shawn.
We talked about something like this at the beginning, even lucid dreams, which can feel very real. Every character in your dreams.
After that, Mark and Jessie prepare dinner. When Mark goes to call Cody, he finds the boy staring at Shawn's photo, clearly curious about who the person in the picture is. Mark explains that it's Shawn, their son, who passed away.
Who's that? That's what my mom is.
His name was Shawn.
After dinner, Mark and Jessie tuck Cody into bed, then spend some time in the living room watching a movie. Around midnight, another butterfly appears before them. Even more shocking, they suddenly see Shawn standing right in front of them, smiling sweetly. Overcome with emotion and longing, Mark and Jessie immediately hug Shawn tightly, cherishing the moment they've missed for so long. But before they can fully take in the reunion, Shawn suddenly disappears without a trace. Moments later, Cody walks in, looking guilty and apologizing repeatedly to Jessie and Mark for no apparent reason, leaving them both confused. Cody then grabs a can of coffee, drinks it, and quickly goes back to his room.
No.
The next morning during breakfast, Cody apologizes again. Confused, Jessie and Mark ask why he keeps saying sorry when he hasn't done anything wrong. Cody explains that whenever he dreams, his dreams come true and that something bad might happen because of it. He promises not to sleep again so that nothing terrible will occur. Jessie and Mark reassure Cody that he doesn't need to apologize, telling him that sleeping isn't a bad thing.
I'm sorry. I won't do it again.
What do you mean, Cody?
After that, Jessie takes Cody to school. Later that day, Jessie and Mark start to wonder about Cody's strange words, that his dreams become reality. As they think more deeply about it, they realize that what Cody said might actually be true. For example, the sudden appearance of butterflies a few days earlier must have happened because Cody dreamed about them, especially since he loves butterflies. Furthermore, just the day before, Cody had been staring at Shawn's photo and asked about him. It's very likely that Cody dreamed of Shawn that night and that his dream became real, causing Shawn's image to appear before Jesse and Mark, wearing the same clothes he had in the photo. However, once Cody wakes up, anything that becomes real from his dreams disappears instantly. Realizing this, Jesse comes up with a plan to use Cody's special ability to see Shawn again. She misses Shawn so much that she's desperate to hear his voice one more time. To make Cody dream of Shawn again, Jesse decides to show him a video of Shawn. While Mark and Cody are playing together, Jesse invites Cody to watch a video of Shawn celebrating Christmas.
Dive into the water.
Okay, you're...
You want to see him? You're asking about Shawn.
Yes, please.
When's the last time you had a real Christmas?
With a sad smile, Jesse explains that Shawn loved the gift he got that year. Seeing Shawn laughing joyfully in the video makes Cody feel happy too.
That's him.
That night, Jesse tells Cody to go to bed early. She wants him to get enough rest and reassures him that he doesn't need to worry about his dreams coming true, because in their home he will always be safe from any evil creature. While Cody tries to sleep, Jesse and Mark deliberately stay awake, hoping they'll get to see Shawn again. Sure enough, once Cody falls into a deep sleep and dreams about Shawn, the boy appears before them once more. Jesse's greatest wish, to hear Shawn's voice again, finally comes true, thanks to Cody's extraordinary gift. Shawn looks happy as he opens his Christmas present, just like in the video Cody watched earlier. Jesse and Mark are overjoyed, feeling as if they've relived a precious memory. But without their knowing, a horrifying creature, Canker Man, starts creeping closer to Cody and whispers that it will always be with him. Suddenly, Cody wakes up, and Shawn vanishes instantly. The next day at school, Cody draws a picture of Canker Man, then angrily scribbles over it again and again. His classmate Annie, confused, asks what he's drawing. Cody explains that it's Canker Man, and that by crossing out the drawing, he hopes the monster won't appear in his dreams again.
Sometimes if I do this... What is that? A Canker Man.
Later, when Mark picks Cody up from school, he's shocked to find that Jesse has rehung all of Shawn's photos on the walls. Her actions clearly upset him.
Are we gonna talk about this?
Night falls again, and Jesse tells Cody to go to sleep. But without her knowing, Cody hides coffee powder inside his shoe. He secretly mixes it into a drink and gulps it down, determined to stay awake. He fears that if he sleeps and dreams again, Canker Man will return and bring disaster. That night, Cody plans to stay awake to protect Jesse and Mark from his nightmare. Meanwhile, in the living room, Jesse is also staying up late, still hoping to see Shawn again. Mark finally confronts her about putting the photos back up. He's deeply frustrated, saying that what Jesse did was going too far. Seeing all those pictures might hurt Cody's feelings. He could think that Jesse only adopted him as a tool to reconnect with Shawn. Mark reminds her that no matter what she does, Shawn is gone and she has to accept that. Life must go on, and Jesse can't keep drowning in grief. Besides, the Shawn she sees when Cody dreams isn't really Shawn. It's just a projection. He reminds her that they adopted Cody out of love to give him a home, not to exploit his gift. But Jesse insists on making Cody sleep again so she can see Shawn once more. Unlike Jesse, who's still trapped in the past, Mark has already learned to accept and let go of Shawn's death. Realizing that Jesse only wants to use Cody's power leaves him heartbroken.
Hasn't felt right since.
Child needs to sleep.
Ah, of course. Hey, your son, that is not Shawn. That is...
That night, Jesse stays up again, but this time, Shawn never appears because Cody doesn't sleep. The next day, Cody brings a butterfly in a jar to school, intending to show it to Annie. But suddenly, one of his classmates, Tate, knocks the jar over, killing the butterfly. Enraged, Cody shoves Tate in retaliation. During recess, Cody feels extremely drowsy after not sleeping the previous night. He asks his teacher if he can rest for a bit, and the teacher allows him to nap at his desk. The classroom is quiet, making it the perfect time for a short sleep. Unfortunately, as soon as Cody dozes off, he has another nightmare about Canker Man. At that very moment, Tate walks into the classroom, planning to bother Cody, But instead, Canker Man appears in the real world and devours him. Annie, who witnesses the horrifying scene, screams in terror, waking Cody up. The moment Cody opens his eyes, both Tate and Canker Man disappear without a trace. It becomes clear that Canker Man can truly consume people, and Tate has become its latest victim. Realizing this, Cody, terrified, begs Jesse to take him home immediately after school. When they arrive home, Cody complains that he isn't feeling well. Mark tells him to get some rest so he can recover. Even though Mark suggests sleeping, Cody knows that if he falls asleep, he might have another nightmare, and Canker Man could appear again. Determined to stay awake, Cody tries to fight his exhaustion, but without realizing it, he dozes off for a moment. In that brief sleep, the ghost of Tate appears and begins to haunt him, making Cody scream in terror. Jesse rushes in to comfort and calm him down. The next morning, Cody says he doesn't want to go to school because he still feels sick. Mark allows him to stay home for the day. Since there's nothing else to do, Mark takes Cody out to buy decorations for his room, wanting Cody to choose them himself. After they return home, a detective shows up at the house to ask Cody about Tate's disappearance, as Tate still hasn't been found. Forced to lie, Cody tells the detective that he saw Tate walking away but doesn't know where he went, when in reality, Canker Man had devoured Tate. Cody can't tell the truth about Canker Man because no one would ever believe him. The police assume Tate was kidnapped. Once the officers leave, Mark and Cody spend the rest of the day happily decorating Cody's room. Meanwhile, Jesse, who works as a nurse, secretly asks a doctor to prescribe sleeping pills suitable for children. Recently, she's been puzzled as to why Shawn hasn't appeared anymore. Jesse suspects that Cody has been staying up every night to avoid dreaming. That evening, she plans to give Cody the sleeping pills so he'll fall into a deep sleep and she can see Shawn again. When Jesse gets home from work, she prepares dinner for Mark and Cody. During the meal, Mark brings up the visit from the detective and how he questioned Cody about Tate's disappearance. Suddenly, Cody interrupts and asks how Shawn died. The question shocks both Mark and Jesse. Instead of answering, Mark changes the subject and asks Cody to help set the table.
So the police came by today.
So why'd they come here?
How did Shawn die?
Let's go set the table. Okay?
After dinner, Mark and Cody continue decorating the room, and time passes quickly until nightfall. When it's time for dinner again, Jesse prepares the meal and secretly mixes the sleeping pills into Cody's drink. She then serves the food to both Cody and Mark. Shortly after eating, Cody begins to feel very sleepy and decides to go to bed. Before he sleeps, Mark finally tells him that Shawn died by drowning in the bathtub.
Today was my favorite day so far.
Shawn drowned. It was an accident.
Later that night, Mark goes downstairs and finds Jesse still awake. He immediately realizes she's staying up again, waiting for Shawn to appear. Mark tells her she needs to let go of the past and focus on being a good mother to Cody. Cody's presence alone should be enough to complete their family. As they talk, Shawn's figure appears once again. But this time, his expression is cold and emotionless. Jesse rushes toward him, but suddenly, Canker Man materializes before them. Mark quickly runs to wake Cody, but to his horror, Cody doesn't stir. Jesse reveals that Cody won't wake up anytime soon because of the sleeping pills she gave him. They have to wake him up immediately so Canker Man will disappear, but because of the drug's effect, Canker Man can freely attack. Mark sacrifices himself to protect Jesse and Cody, and within moments, Canker Man engulfs him completely. Jesse tries to escape with Cody, but the creature's attack knocks her unconscious. A short while later, Cody wakes up and immediately calls the police. When the authorities arrive, Jesse regains consciousness. The police question her, and Jesse admits that she gave Cody strong sleeping pills. They also ask where Mark is, but Jesse has no idea. Everything happens so fast that she can barely process what occurred. Because Jesse gave a child prescription medication without authorization, the authorities decide to remove Cody from her custody and return him to the orphanage. Jesse pleads with them to reconsider, but the police refuse to let her see Cody again. Jesse is devastated. Within a single night, she's lost both her husband and the child she just adopted, Cody. Her mind is filled with questions about Canker Man and why the creature devours people. The only person who might have the answers is Cody himself. Desperate, Jessie goes to see Natalie at the orphanage, begging her to let her meet Cody. Unfortunately, Natalie refuses. Then, Jessie notices a stack of files related to Cody. When Natalie isn't looking, Jessie quietly takes one and leaves. She opens the files and discovers disturbing information, records about a married couple and a woman named Katie who disappeared after adopting Cody. In the documents, Jessie also finds the name of a man named Whelan, Katie's husband and Cody's previous adoptive father before Jessie and Mark. According to the file, Whelan is now in a psychiatric hospital after attempting to kill Cody. In his statement, Whelan claimed that a monster swallowed his wife. Shocked, Jessie immediately goes to visit Whelan at the asylum. When she arrives, she asks him what really happens when Cody dreams. Whelan explains that Cody's dreams can come true, both the good and the bad ones. His extraordinary ability can even bring real people into existence, like Shawn, who appeared because Cody dreamed of him. Cody's pleasant dreams are beautiful, but his nightmares are terrifying. Whenever Cody has a nightmare, Canker Man emerges. Whelan recalls that one day his wife Katie caught the flu. Seeing her sick made Cody very sad and afraid of losing her. He feared she might die like his real mother. Overcome by fear, Cody had a nightmare that brought Canker Man to life. The creature appeared before them and devoured Katie alive. Whelan, frozen in disbelief, couldn't do anything to save her. From that day on, his life fell apart. Consumed by grief, Whelan begged Cody to dream about Katie again so he could see her one last time. But since Cody was just a child, he couldn't clearly remember Katie's face, no matter how hard he tried. Over time, Whelan's sorrow turned into hatred. He began to despise Cody and his gift. Eventually, Whelan decided that Cody had to die so no one else would suffer the same fate. However, when the time came, he couldn't bring himself to harm the boy. Because no one believed his story about Canker Man, Whelan was declared insane and confined to the asylum. After hearing everything, Jessie asks if there's any chance of saving Mark. In a hopeless tone, Whelan says that if there had been any way to save someone devoured by the creature, he would have done everything to bring Katie back. According to him, once Canker Man consumes someone, that person dies instantly and can never return. Whelan then pleads with Jessie to kill Cody so no one else will suffer from his power. Jessie refuses. She believes there must be another way to stop Canker Man. After leaving the hospital, Jessie goes home and spends the entire night searching for clues about Cody's biological family. Eventually, she learns that his mother's name was Andrea and finds out which hospital treated her before she died. The next morning, Jessie visits that hospital, hoping to find Andrea's personal belongings. Fortunately, the hospital still keeps Andrea's possessions stored safely in the archive room. The staff allows Jessie to take the items. Inside the box, she finds Andrea's belongings, a pair of shoes, a butterfly doll, and a diary. In that diary, Andrea had written extensively about her life with Cody. Meanwhile, at the orphanage, the staff grows increasingly worried about Cody, who hasn't slept for 2 days straight. They know this can't continue. His health could deteriorate rapidly. Eventually, they decide to sedate him so he can finally get some rest. Not long after Cody falls asleep, he begins to have a nightmare, putting everyone in the orphanage in grave danger. Fortunately, Jessie arrives just in time to save him. But her mission won't be easy. She must confront Canker Man face to face. When the creature lunges toward her, Jessie quickly pulls out Andrea's butterfly doll. Instantly, Canker Man freezes in place. Jessie steps closer and embraces the creature, and in that moment, Canker Man transforms back into Cody, while the monster vanishes completely. Jessie rushes into Cody's room, carries him out of the building, and escapes safely. It's then revealed that Canker Man was never a real monster, but rather a creation born from Cody's own fear. Everything began when Cody was a toddler and his mother, Andrea, was diagnosed with cancer. Her body became frail, her skin pale, and her head bald from treatment. At only 3 years old, Cody couldn't understand what cancer was. When Andrea tried to explain it to him, he only understood one thing: that cancer was something evil that was eating his mother alive. His young mind twisted the concept into a terrifying image, giving birth to a creature he would later call Canker Man. The creature's appearance even resembled Andrea in her final days, thin, sickly, and haunting. Cody believed Canker Man was the one making his mother suffer. The name itself came from Cody's childhood mispronunciation of the word cancer, which he read as canker. As years passed, Cody forgot about his mother, but his subconscious kept the monster alive. That's why every time he had a nightmare, Canker Man would appear and devour anyone near him. Jesse learned all of this from Andrea's diary. In it, Andrea described her awe at Cody's extraordinary gift, the ability to make his dreams come true. She often placed a butterfly doll beside him when he slept, which made Cody develop a deep affection for butterflies. When Andrea discovered her illness, she was devastated and terrified for Cody's future. She knew she wouldn't live long enough to see him grow up, yet she remained grateful for the short time she had raising him. In the end, Cody realizes that he had misunderstood everything. Canker Man was never real. It was a manifestation of his childhood trauma over losing Andrea to cancer. Jesse gently explains to him that cancer is an illness, not a monster, and that what happened wasn't his fault. After understanding the truth, Cody no longer dreams of Canker Man and is finally able to sleep peacefully without fear of nightmares. Jesse then tearfully apologizes to Cody for her own selfishness, for using his gift to try to see Shawn again. Her greed had cost Mark his life, devoured by the creature born from Cody's pain. Jesse promises to stay by Cody's side from now on and love him with all her heart. And with that, their story comes to an end.